Ho, 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 and welcome to Track Gals. I'm Gail Fee.
And I'm Laura Raposa from the Boston Herald's Inside Track.
We've been making a list. We've been checking it twice.
And we're going to tell you who we think is naughty or nice.
Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Track Gals.
I'm Gail Fee.
And I'm Laura Raposa.
We're a couple of suburban housewives.
We do what you do. We cook, we do laundry.
We drive the kids around, help them with their homework, and in our spare time, we write Boston's hottest gossip column.
The Boston Herald's Inside Track. And now you're watching Track Gals.
Gail and Laura back at the Track Shack with a special holiday edition of Track Gals. We are going to tell you over the past year who we think has been naughty and who we think has been nice.
We have opinions.
Yeah, we do.
Opinions.
Yeah, we got a few things to say.
Yeah, we got a few
And I think
things.
we're going to start with Tom Brady's hair.
Wow, that's a big one right off the bat.
It is.
It is.
Naughty or nice, Laura?
I think it's kind of naughty boy hair. I think it's naughty boy hair. It's kind of scruffy, and then he's got that facial hair going on. He looks like a naughty boy.
You know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tom, you're always nice in my book, honey.
Yeah.
You know, he had that naughty little dust up with Justin Bieber, though, over
He
the
did.
hairdo.
He did. But actually, his hair doesn't look like Justin Bieber's
Not
anymore.
anymore. It did for a while. He was rocking the flow for a while.
Yes,
and
he was.
Bieber took exception to it, and now it's just a long mess. Speaking of naughty, Randy Moss.
Why was he naughty? He's the one that got cut.
He wanted to get cut,
Oh.
being a little selfish brat. Wanted all the balls thrown to him.
I know.
Naughty.
I know he was naughty when he went to the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't last, what,
Didn't
3
last
days?
long. Didn't even like the food there, for crying out loud. Yeah, didn't like it there.
Yeah, so they shipped him off to Tennessee, and we haven't heard his number called since.
Not a word.
Of course, Laura, all of our local sports teams have been very nice this year. Theo Epstein relocked, reloaded the Sox, and the Celtics made it all the way to the NBA Finals.
We were there.
We got a very nice trip to California out of the deal.
Expenses.
I'm here at Muscle Beach in beautiful Venice, California. I'm gonna watch the guys work out a little bit and, talk to the locals. Pump me up.
I don't think I'm going to be spending $10 on that.
I think your money would much better be spent over there at the medical marijuana emporium.
Because you know what, Gail? The doctor's in.
The doctor is in. You go in there, you see the doctor, and she prescribes, if you needed, some medical marijuana. And I said to her, I have a bad knee, as you know. I broke my knee skiing. Would that work? Yeah, that'd work, she says.
How you feeling right now? How's that knee?
My knee is killing me. I'm thinking I might need some medication, but do you think I can bury it on my expense account?
Why not?
Question. Yeah, California was nice.
Yeah, California was nice. Not nice, Laker fans.
Not nice at all.
Not nice at all.
They threw a beer at you.
They threw a beer at me.
Which you felt the need to confess to Hillary Swank.
Yeah, you know, the confessor.
What is this for?
No, we're together.
Okay, but I'm still on camera.
Usually I you look so beautiful going like this.
No, you talk to her. You interview her.
So Hillary, did you know that one of the Lakers fans outside threw beer at me? What? That is so uncool. They threw beer at me, and I tweeted about it, and I Facebooked it. I think you should have, because that's not cool.
Hillary, she started out kind of naughty, but she got kind of nice towards the end.
Not really.
Once we gave her the camera.
No.
No? All right. Coming up, more naughty, more nice. We're going to check in on Dancing with the Stars.
And also the intoxication.
And don't forget, our naughtiest person of the year.
Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Track Gals. Foxwoods Resort and Casino, always a nice place to visit.
The gift that keeps on giving. And now, our player of the week.
This week's Foxwoods Resort and Casino Player of the Week is Celtics big guy Shaquille O'Neal.
The 7'1", 325-pound center is the oldest active player in the NBA and one of the heaviest hoopsters to ever play professionally.
A former standout at Louisiana State University, Shaq was drafted by the Orlando Magic with the first overall pick in the 1992 NBA draft.
Since then, the big fella's played for the LA Lakers, where he won 3 consecutive championships, but his long-running feud with Lakers divo Kobe Bryant ultimately led to Shaq's trade to the Miami Heat, where he won his 4th championship ring.
After stints in Phoenix and Cleveland, Shaq came to the Celtics after owner Wick Grossback heard Kobe bragging he had more rings than Shaquille. Now there's some motivation to bring home Banner 18 to the Garden.
O'Neal has always been involved in numerous charitable and civic endeavors, including assisting local law enforcement in LA and in Florida.
So go Celtics, and congrats, big guy, on being this week's Foxwoods Resort and Casino Player of the Week.
Gail and Laura back at the Track Shack with a special holiday edition of Track Gals. We're jingling your bells and we're counting down the naughty and the nice.
Yes.
You know who was kind of nice this year?
Rick Fox.
Yes, the former Boston Celtic,
Yes.
former LA Laker, former Dancing with the Stars star.
Now, Gail, he and Cheryl Burke were the odds-on favorite in Vegas going into this thing.
They were.
They were going to win.
I don't know how they discounted Dirty Dancing Girl, though. I mean, she was in a movie called Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, 175 years ago.
Yeah, but she won.
True. She did win. But actually, Rick was working very hard. Eliza Dushku, his girlfriend, you know, Watertown home gal, she said that she would wake up in the middle of the night and he was out in the living room dancing
The
with
foxtrot?
himself. Yes, doing the foxtrot in the living room by himself. You know, he really, really tried. So he's nice.
You know who was not so nice, though, on the show?
Who?
The Situation.
No,
No,
he was he even doing there?
He couldn't dance. He can
dance?
drink, he can tan, he can do his laundry, right?
Yeah.
You know, the Jersey Shore, though, they were naughty. They made a lot of money being
did.
naughty. And so much so that they thought that they might try to make a Massachusetts version of the Jersey Shore.
Called Wicked Summer.
And we had a little
Wicked
casting call right here in the Track
did.
Shack. Our pal,
The Intoxication.
Look, I'm wicked excited about the new Wicked Summer series. Boston is going to blow away Jersey Shore. Yankees suck, dude. I saw their new stadium or whatever. I was there once. It's got no charm like Fenway. Listen, they're all talking about the situation or the infatuation, Jay Wiles, whatever she is. I got a name for myself. I'm the Intoxication. I create situations because of my intoxication. The intoxication has a certain way with a female. They gotta hear how awesome you are. They're not gonna. It's not done with the eyes with the ladies. That's where situation you got it all wrong. Intoxication tells them what they want to hear. Sure, baby, yeah, oh my God, we'll go out, we'll have a great time, we'll have a couple Bud Lights, and then go to Sully's, get a snap dog, sit out on the beach. It's a grand summer right there. They need to hear that you care about them, rather than going to the gym all day.
I think it's nice when we get visitors in the Track Shack, don't you, Laura?
Yes, I like when the guys are nice
And naughty.
and naughty.
And you know who was kind of naughty in a sassy way?
The sassy gay friend.
Brian Gallivan. Check it out.
Sassy gay friend.
Gail,
So-
how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. Where's Laura? Totally rude.
All right, so I'm thinking that you probably have some good advice for some celebrities that have run into some hard times lately. So what about Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson. He's fine, right? No.
All right, what about Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, he's in big trouble for not wearing a helmet.
Yes, he
right?
is.
When
When he's out on his bike, not
when
on
he's
the
on his
football
bike.
field. What about his hair?
It's great. I love artificial turf. Tom Brady's great. He's brought tons of success to the Celtics Sox.
Whatever.
Sports!
You're a huge sensation on the internet, Sassy Gay Friend. And, you know, we're struggling TV gals here at the Track Shack. Any advice you can impart to us?
Maybe you've already made it. Maybe Channel 38 is the epitome of success. I'm a hit on YouTube. Millions of views, not a dime for it.
I have nothing to add to that. We're out.
And now a few words from a woman who knows something about naughty.
Madam. It's Laura Raposa from Track Gals TV. I'm here with my list of people who've been naughty or nice, but we're going to talk about the naughty with my favorite madam,
Oh my God, darling, how you doing
How are
today?
you?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Miley Cyrus.
I call her Smiley Serious.
Why?
Look, she's such a flip-flopper, isn't she? She does
She
that
is.
bipolar thing. She was a virgin, now she's not. Let's give her one lump of coal for
One lump
Smiley.
of coal for her. Charlie Sheen.
You know, I spent about 20 minutes once. It cost me $500.
To be with him?
Yeah.
He's supposed to pay you.
I know that.
What about Brett Favre?
Brett, oh my gosh, he sent the nasty she-mails to
He
all the people in
did.
Washington,
He
didn't
did.
he?
And you know he's married.
And he's married with the she-mails. Terrible.
Terrible. All
Lump
right.
of coal to
Lump
him.
of coal. Heidi Montag.
Yes, Heidi. Now everyone thinks she's so beautiful. Why'd she have all that plastic surgery? But
Exactly.
I
Why?
saw her from behind and in the ladies' room, and I must say she looked like she was sitting on a hairless cat.
Now, who would you say is nice?
Lindsay Lohan is so nice, but I love her.
Why?
I love her. I sent her a bottle of Adderall with a file in it. I thought that
That
would
was
speed
you?
up her parole.
That was
Yes.
you?
I wanted to get out in time for Christmas.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, darling.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
When we come back, more naughty, more nice, and our naughtiest person of the year.
Think you know who that is? Stay tuned.
Ho, 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 and welcome back to the Track Shack. Gail and Laura with our holiday special. Who's been naughty? Who's been nice?
Ben Affleck is nice, and this is why. He brought John Hamm to Boston.
That was all right in our book.
What more do you need to say? Let's
You know,
move on, shall we?
I think the funny thing about Ben is that when we see him, he's always so thrilled.
Thrilled.
I think it has something to do with the time when we wrote about his back hair.
Yes, and he felt compelled to tell us, to show us, actually, that he didn't have a whole lot of back hair. It's something I just can't shake from my mind.
He had done some manscaping,
Yes,
I think.
he did too.
But Ben brought the whole cast of the town to Fenway for a big sneak preview in Boston. We were there.
Whose car are we taking?
My favorite line in the movie was your line when you said, "Whose car are we taking?"
Car we're gonna take, yeah.
Sitting in your office, your FBI office, and you pour a drink, and you sit down, and I said, "Oh my God, it's John Draper."
Well, that may have been Mr. Affleck's slightly subtle nod. I know there wasn't anything in the script that necessarily pointed to that, but he's a cheeky little bastard sometimes, and he can do that. But he's I wouldn't put it past him. I'll put it that way.
He was a ripped, cheeky bastard, wasn't he?
You know, it's surprising that scene of him doing pull-ups ended up in a trailer, isn't it?
Amazing.
Isn't that funny how that is? Isn't that funny how that works?
Well, this is very Chris.
It's like
It's the bra hanging.
if Krista had a lesson by Jackie O, or if they had a child, which would be very odd. It was a little bit of an homage to Krista, but I thought in a classy way because I could not wear what she wears.
You changed the ending from the book. I'm not going to say how you changed it, but you know how you changed it.
Oh, I do. I know how I changed it. Did you like it better?
No.
It's on
I told
the.
everybody in the theater.
I can't believe that. It's on the DVD. The other ending's on the DVD.
Is it really?
So you know.
But it didn't test well,
Get
right?
yourself a Blu-ray player. You know where they get those? You know, you get a Blu-ray player.
No way to get one off the back of a truck, baby.
Sears. Go around to Sears, get yourself a Blu-ray, plug it into your set, and plug something in.
Ben's nice because I think he really loves us.
No, he really doesn't, Gail. He really doesn't. He's
Now, some people wanted to put the entire Massachusetts film industry on the naughty list because they thought that the way women of Massachusetts were portrayed was a little harsh.
Now, Gail, did you really expect that the fighter up in Lowell, the girls of Charlestown in the town, even some of those skanks in the Facebook, that they were going to be like, what, Jackie O? Miss Massachusetts? They were going to be beautiful and gorgeous?
But can we discuss Mark Wahlberg's sisters in The Fighter? One was worse than the next, and one of them, by the way, was Conan O'Brien's real-life sister.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, the redhead. And then what about Blake Lively in The Town? She played that Charlestown train wreck. She said that she smeared makeup all over her face, then went to bed. When she got up in the morning, she was ready for the cameras.
Yes, but then she went to the set and they made her look even worse.
They put more on.
Yes, they spackled even more on.
Yes,
Isn't that
well,
awesome?
you know, I think that really someone should make a nice movie about the nice women of Massachusetts.
Like us?
Like the ladies that we met up at the Golden Banana. Now, what possessed you to start throwing bachelorette parties on a stripper pole?
Everybody's taking pole dancing lessons. A lot of the dance classes in Boston are all starting to do that. Martha Stewart had a big pole on her show the other day, and
Martha had a pole?
Had a pole. She was going crazy, and now everybody wants to do it.
Does it take them a while to warm up and get ready to, swing their legs up in the air?
It takes about 2 martinis, and they're all set. We have a professional dancer show them the ropes, and after they finish the course, we give them a certificate that they passed the Golden Banana pole dancing lessons.
They hang it on their wall proudly.
They'll probably go back to work, and they'll talk about it all week by the water bubbler. Pole sales are going to go up. I'm going to start selling poles in the lobby on the way out.
I'll buy one, Peter. Thank you very much.
Now, what is it about a woman on a pole that drives men insane?
I think women drive men insane without the pole anyways, but they're sexy, holding the pole, watching the girls move around, their hips, their legs, their hair.
Did you see any of the girls here tonight that you think may have a shot at amateur night and $700?
Yes, I do. I think they all could go and do amateur night.
Well, I don't.
When I first got here, I wanted to learn how to do it like everyone else did it. Which the girls were so sweet, and they like took time and they like showed me exactly how to do it. They were adorable, honestly. They were amazing girls.
That was one naughty bachelorette party.
Oh, yes, it was.
And speaking of the bachelorette, was she naughty? Was she nice?
I think she was naughty.
And our naughtiest person of the year. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Track Gals.
Gail and Laura back at the oh-so-festive Track Shack for this holiday edition of Track Gals. We're counting them down. Were they naughty? Were they nice? We made a list. We checked it twice.
We must discuss Allie Fedotowsky, the Bachelorette.
Yes. I think Allie was kind of, nice up until the bitter end.
When she got naughty.
When she got naughty and ditched our local guy, Chris Lambton, Cape Cod landscaper, and picked Roberto as her main squeeze.
Yeah, her main squeeze.
But Allie was from Williamstown.
Yes.
Chris was from the Cape, so it was like an all-Massachusetts edition of The Bachelorette.
Now, didn't we hear that Allie's mom went knocking on Chris Lambton's father's door?
Yes, and they went out on a date.
And they went out on a date.
But Chris also apparently got all kinds of propositions once he got back from Bachelorville. Women were leaving, notes and flowers and candy on his doorstep and God knows what else. I think it was kind of nice, though, that Chris Lambton decided not to become the next Bachelor. Instead, he's been doing a lot of charity work on the Cape.
Maybe for Christmas, Chris Lambton will find himself a nice girl on the Cape.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Laura, who I think would be a perfect girl for Chris?
Who?
Jenna Maury, the girl who had that internet sensation of viral video with how to fool people into thinking you're good looking.
I do it every day.
She's so cute.
Hello there, friends, and welcome to my tutorial on how to trick people into thinking you're really good looking. If you were born really ugly like me, have no fear. There's steps you can take to be good looking, kind of.
All right, I'm back with Jenna Maury, the star of the internet sensation viral video, How to Trick People into Thinking You're Good Looking. Quite a transformation, my friend.
That's right. Step 1, take a shower, because you're probably dirty. All done. Probably took a while because you're one ugly.
What inspired you to make this video?
Well, I transform myself into this person when I go to work on the weekend, so I wanted to document that.
Do you have a name for this?
This look?
Yes.
Streetwalker.
Streetwalker. Excellent.
If you're thinking about going with a more natural look, let's be serious. You're way too ugly to pull that off.
So Jenna, what do you think it is about your video that has really, struck a note with a lot of people, 7 million of them?
I think a lot of girls can relate to this transformation. They feel like they're putting on a face every time they go out. And I feel like guys can also relate to it because they know lots of girls that look like this. And you're trying to figure out, does this girl look pretty? Is she hot? I don't know. I don't know what she looks like.
The goal is to make yourself look nothing like yourself. Perfect.
Do people recognize you from the bar?
Nope. No one recognizes me. It's awesome.
I realize that this video is not helpful to men. You're just gonna have to find a girl that thinks you're funny.
Now, Jenna Maury, she's cute to begin with.
Adorable.
And you know who's beautiful? The ladies of Linden Ponds.
I love the ladies.
Down in Hingham. They're all in their 80s and 90s. They all got naughty for a calendar.
It's a good stocking stuffer.
We're getting near the end of our naughty and nice list. And in the nice category, we find our dear friend Nick Verano of Strega.
Love a good party. He's a club mogul now.
Yes, he is. And this year alone, he opened the Ocean Club down in Quincy and Strega on the waterfront. Lots of nice places for everybody to hang out.
Especially Gail and Laura.
Laura, I think we've been way too nice on this show.
I do too.
We need more naughty, and here's our naughtiest person of the year. And the winner is... Vuvuzela, please.
Oh, Vuvuzela.
Senator John Kerry.
Oh, naughty.
Ahoy, tax skipper.
Ho, ho, Oh.
Last summer, as you know, we broke the story of the year when we found out that Senator John Kerry had bought a $7 million yacht and sailed it off to Rhode Island to dodge the Massachusetts state taxes.
Yeah. All right. First of all, he had the boat designed in Rhode Island. He had it built in New Zealand.
And
it was birthed back in Newport, Rhode Island.
Isn't he the senator from Massachusetts?
The senior senator.
Now, once we caught on to this scam, of course, he was chased all over town by the rest of the media following in our wake.
Yes.
And he was finally shamed into ponying up $500,000 to the Commonwealth.
See, I think that Teresa, who really owns the boat, I think Teresa just said to him, just pay it. Just pay it to get them out of here.
But here's my beef. Governor Deval Patrick, naughty. Did you write us a thank you note? Nothing. $500,000, Gail and Laura, found for the state. We're still waiting.
Something in my stocking, please.
Yeah, coal for you, Deval. If you've missed any of our naughty or nice list, or if you just want to go over it again, check us out on Comcast On Demand.
We're under Get Local.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you next week. She started off kind of naughty.
I think those naughty bats.
Those naughty old bats.
Yeah. Laura, you think?
Don't be doing that, because I know that you asked for stripper bowl for Christmas. I know you knew.